Hey guys, I want to introduce a new version of a plugin I wrote, HalfLine 2. It is complete overhaul of the underlying engine. It has a totally new user interface, up to 4 times faster, and it has instant previews. So, enough talking, let's start. So first you have to click image or any artwork in your Illustrator document and click import. Image should appear almost instantly. We start with classical half-tone pattern, and you can adjust size, you can adjust contrast and levels, and as you see previews instantly, but also you can export vectors almost instantly. They appear in your Illustrator document. Now to continue with available options, you can adjust rotation and you can adjust grid adjustment. So for example, you can have a square pattern or you can have like a hexagon pattern. Also, there's an interesting feature where you can add custom pattern. Let's see to that. So I prepared a custom pattern made of path items. In my case, there are a few shapes, but if you want, you can prepare totally different shapes. You select the pattern of shapes and you click on the custom. It should appear fairly instantly. Now, it's a bit of a mess. Let's adjust a bit and let's see how it works. And you can adjust rotation too. As you see, now maybe grid is not big enough, but in any case, you can design your own vectors and your own items, and you can adjust them. Let's click export, and they should overlay your original artwork. As you see, it adjusted vectors by underlying artwork. Okay, let's move forward. Another option, you can scale this each dot, and you can go above 100% for artistic effect. It's most visible probably with this one. So as you see, and also with all controls, you can go way above. You can use the scroller or you can use the trackpad to scroll up, and you can increase all the ranges above or below default ranges. Also, you can control rotation. It's probably most visible with square. As you see, now the rotation reacts to the underlying luma. Also, you can adjust X offset or Y offset to react to the underlying image. Now, I probably showed all of these, but also you can import your own artwork as the dot. You select the artwork, you press custom shape, and it imports. And as you see, it is straight away can be visible in preview. And if you want export, you just click export, and it will appear instantly over your original image. This is another interesting and new feature where you can read underlying color of the image. So let's try as it goes. As you see, it reads the color of the image, and each dot gets that color applied. So let's try to export, and you can play around with it and get interesting artwork. Okay, now let's move forward. Next tab is lines. So as you see, because now our setting was to read color, it reads color instantly also in the lines tab, and it is somewhat similar as a half-tone patterns, but instead we have lines. So we have several options here too. We can adjust angle. We can adjust, of course, levels. So for example, we can adjust here. We can, as you see, read color. We can invert. This is useful when working with white artwork. And also we have few predefined patterns. So for example, we can get circle pattern instantly, or we can get this wavy one, or again we can import our own patterns, which is probably most creative functionality, where we can select blend. This is a blend, and I click here and I import it. As you see, it appears almost instantly. I can adjust it, I can adjust levels, and I can adjust line thickness. So there are few controls to adjust lines. One is the base thickness, and one is thickness, how much the image influences it. Again, you can go above or below controls that exist. Now, this pattern maybe has not too many lines. It's recommended to have more lines to get better effect. But if you're seeking this like op art simplistic effect, which can work too, so you click export, and again artwork should appear over your original artwork. See, it's here. Another options I have to mention is accuracy and smoothing. Now, accuracy basically breaks the line into more points, so you can increase more accuracy or more detail. So you can increase here, and also smoothing lets, as you see, can have rough lines, or can increase smoothing to have smooth lines. Accuracy and smoothing can be expensive operations. They can be like take lots of calculations, but this is fairly fast. But unless you're working with very complex artwork. Okay, let's move forward. So this is the new addition to HalfLine. This is a stipple effect. Okay, now we have like very large dots. So let's adjust them up. As you see, this is a stipple effect, and you can generate interesting artwork. You can set scale, and you can set a pattern. Now this is a random pattern, but this is semi-random pattern, and this pattern is really interesting and maybe useful for people who are seeking the retro look. So this is this pattern is used in old printing or in old games, and again you can read underlying color and export fairly fast to the original image. You see, as you see, it is exported from this plugin, pure vector, and you can enlarge it to whatever size you want. Again, you can add any shape you want to the dot. As you see, it is added instantly. Now, this have interesting difference with spots, because you can add few shapes as for to be as stipples. So, for example, now there are two, but you can have more, and you can randomize them or make them stick to the brighter point if they are up in this row. So, for example, this one would be for light areas, this one would be for darker areas, and this one should be for even more darker areas, unless this is checked. When this is checked, they just go randomly. Okay, so let's try to show. So, for example, we make 3 spots and add this one and add this one. So, as you see, the most dark areas will be populated with this one, and lighter with this one, and most light with this one. Now, In very similar system, the Mosaic works. Now, in Mosaic, I can prepare my own Mosaic elements instead of pre-drawn ones, and they will be added for the darker areas or for the lighter areas. And as you see, as I add more dots, our image is starting to clear up. Now, it's not very clear because optimal number is 8, and we probably need better difference between shapes, but you get the drift here. So, for example, if I increase resolution, it is more clear. And also, we can adjust scale. So this can be used for flipping like specific artwork. Now, there are some other settings I want to touch here. So you can click here to show underlying image. You can click here to invert. So invert is useful when working with light artwork. For example, I want to use this. I want to add this one as a base for halftone. So I just click invert and invert here, and I get light artworks. Okay, let's try export and how it looks. And it exports, and it probably should read best on the light background. As you see now, HalfLine 2 does not work with only with images. It can perfectly work with any artwork you have produced. So, for example, we want to adjust these pairs, right? And as you see, they are like pure vector. Simply, let's go to Stippling, and I click import. Now we don't see anything because invert is clicked and invert here. HalfLine 2 reads these shapes. And we can adjust levels to get more contrast probably. And we can click export. And they should instantly appear over our artwork. As you see, they appear instantly here. So let's try this random one and adjust. Let's get it more. And maybe we don't want to use this one, and maybe we want to use just this. And let's try adding this one. Okay, so we can control shadow areas, adding some nice texture, as you see. Okay, we need to change color. Okay, as you see, we have now very cute looking pairs. More things what should be addressed are other settings. If you click here, you will get help below, which can be used to access all the information what you're doing. Also, this is alpha equal black. It sounds very cryptic. I will try to explain what to do. So, for example, you are working with white artwork and you import it. You don't get anything because white is alpha is considered white, and this is white, so you don't see anything. But if you check alpha equals black, you will get this shape. Also, it's a good idea to use invert. So if you don't use alpha equal black, again you get nothing. So it's a good idea to remember when working with white input. It's good to check this one, and you will have transparency red as a black color. Again, this is fairly specific setting. I'm just mentioning in case you were wondering. Anyway, this is a big, big update, and people who purchased HalfLine first, I hope they will download this. They will get this version for free, and I hope they will use it and love it. And the new people who just stumbled upon this will be tempted to try this tool. Thanks for your time.